Good evening. Don Palayo here on June 17th, Tuesday, 2025. I had a couple busy days. Yesterday was really busy getting back at work. It was just a very hectic day. My Today I did DoorDash last night after work and did it was pretty decent last night. Tonight, not so much. It was pretty dead out there. So I just came on home. I had a few things I wanted to do. Um, I guess most of you have probably heard about this, what's going on with Israel and Iran. I think we're all tired of it. I think the citizens of the world, the citizens need to tell their politicians to just cut it out. We all just need to tell our politicians to stop it. No, none of the civilians, none of the citizens want these wars. We're sick of it. I don't think the Russian citizens like what's going on in Ukraine. I don't think that the Iranians, the Persians really care too much about Israel that much. They don't. They want their government. All these people just want, the citizens want peace. They want their governments trying to make their lives more prosperous. They're not this all this nonsense of blowing each other up, attacking, other countries and doing all this. It's just got to stop. It's got to stop. But the people have to stop it. They have to be the ones to stop it. These politicians, I think there's a lot of money involved, and I think they just can't wait to get another one going because it means they can find a way of filling their pockets. So I'm just tired of it. I think everybody's tired of it. I was really hoping that Trump would kind of keep us out of this situation, but it seems like we're getting more and more involved in it. I'm sure that Trump probably knows some things that we don't, that we're not privy to. But I think people are just tired of it. We're going to probably see gas prices, if this really kicks off in a major way. We're probably going to see gas prices, and where I'm living right now, they're around 2.80 a gallon for regular unleaded. I'm thinking that's probably going to be more like $7 or $8. So I mean, we're looking at two and a half, three times current price levels. So that could be really bad. My door dashing would probably be curtailed for a while. I probably wouldn't be doing it as much. Um, I will. I'm just tired, man. I'm tired. I think everybody's just tired of this stupid mess. Um, we want to get the reason people elected Donald Trump here in the United States. We want a politician. We want leadership that is looking out for our national interests, to better the quality of life of the citizens here in the United States. That is what we want. We're tired of worrying about all these other countries. We're tired of worrying about the rest of the world or whatever they're doing. We don't care. Most of us don't care. We want things. We want our way of life here improved. I think we're not looking for the government to really improve. It's just, we want the government to stop creating messes, which they're very good at, by the way. And it's just, sometimes it just feels like we might just be all better off without having politicians. Couldn't we just survive peacefully without any politicians at all? Sometimes it feels like it would be pretty nice. Um, the markets, of course, were down a little bit today. The markets don't particularly like all this volatility either. The wasn't a huge change on, less than 1% losses on the three major indices. Um, I'm actually surprised that I'm not seeing gold and silver move more than they are. Silver did go up a little bit today. I think gold was a little bit down today. Um, I have a bunch of my portfolio in the metals right now. I probably should add some oil too. I probably do have some in some of my funds, but I may want to add some oil exposure soon. But I don't know. It's just a mess. Um, we are. I keep thinking about. Do you guys ever get contemplative about the past? Do you think about things in the past, or do you think more about the future, or are you able to focus on the present? I do think about the future because there are things that I want to do in the future, and I'm planning for those things. I very rarely am thinking about the present. I hate to say that. It's absolutely the truth though. I um I do think I'm not very good about focusing on the present. I think I think about 70% of my thoughts are about things that happened in the past. When especially when things slow down and I have some time to think, I think about the past. Some things, some key errors that happened in my life, in the past, and it's like you wish you had a time machine to go back and fix it, and it's just like if I hadn't made that one mistake, how different my life would have been, right? Um, and it's just there's nothing I can do about it, There's nothing you can do. It's just it is what it is. Um, and I just feel like that. I feel like there were a couple of very key mistakes in my life, and yes, they were my fault. I think there were things that happened earlier in my life before those mistakes that contributed to the problem. I had a real lack of self confidence when I was a teenager, for example. And a lot of that came from middle school. When I was in middle school, when I was in elementary school, I was very social, very kind of almost extroverted. And I went to middle school and I was bullied really bad in middle school, especially sixth grade. But the whole experience of middle school was not good, and that caused that contributed to a bit of low self confidence in myself, and I feel like sometimes if that hadn't happened, my life would be a lot different right now. Um, anyway, it's all kind of tied together. It is all kind of tied together in a way. Uh, I don't like that. I really don't like the fact of how difficult life has been. And it's mainly because of some things that happened earlier on in my life. And I can't. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. Certainly the errors that came out, after that were my fault, my own fault. But I was really struggling with my own self confidence. I was really struggling with uncertainty. I was very uncertain about how I was going to proceed with my life, and just. But then it's like then you lose. I lost opportunities. I lost things that were really meaningful to me. That really meant something to me. And anyway, I need to stop thinking about it because there's nothing I can do about it now. But all you can do is like plan for the future, right? Look forward, not backward. And I tell myself that, but it's easier said than done. I think about it every single day, multiple times a day. And I don't feel very happy. And a lot of it's tied to that stuff in the past. And it's like I need to push past it. It's like I don't know how to. I don't really know how to. Um, I want to retire. I'm tired of working. I'm tired of working too. I mean, I like my job. I like my job okay. I just don't want to work. Period. It's not so much my specific job. It's just I want, and it's not even that I don't want to work. It's just there's other things that I want to be doing with my life. It's not that I just don't want to do anything. There's other things that I have that I really would like to be able to do, but I can't because I have to work. And I think that's the way a lot of them, I think that's the way a lot of people are feeling. They're feeling they can't live the life they want to live because of work, because they have to go work. And so it's just like and we get such precious few years on this earth, and it's like we're wasting it working in an office, pushing pencils and, pushing papers and pencils and everything else. And it's just, there's more to life. There should be more to life than this. I'm really starting to think about downsizing my life big time. I think I need to start really thinking about that a lot more. I like my house here, but between the mortgage and the homeowners association and potential maintenance costs, this house is probably costing me $1,500 a month, where I could probably get a piece of land and get maybe get either an inexpensive mobile home or a just something a lot cheaper. I feel like I could get something a lot cheaper and just remove a lot of this cost. And once you do that, once you really get your living expenses lowered, then you can really start building the wealth and start building some assets and get yourself out of this. It's like I'm tired of the way things are going so slow. I want to speed up my retirement date. So more to come on that. I think that's something I might be working on tonight, working on some plans. So we'll see. We'll see. I know the thing is like I think that way, and I know for a fact that my mother, I love my mother dearly, but my mother's all about the traditional. You gotta have your house, and she wants to fix up the house all pretty and everything, and make it lovely and beautiful, and that's all great, but the cost is it's just not worth it to me. It's not. It's not. It's like the cost of it is not worth it to me. All I barely do at home is sleep. That's basically all I do here. I mean, and I've got a bunch of junk here. I've got a lot of stuff that I could get rid of. A lot of it I could get rid of. I don't know. I'm gonna be thinking about that. Anyway, you guys have a great evening. I'm thinking out loud tonight to myself. How can I speed up my retirement? And the best way to do it is cutting my costs, cutting my expenses. And housing is my biggest expense. And while I do like the place I live in, it's like I feel like I could do more. I mean, with the money. There's other things I could do with the money rather than having this house. So, anyway, you guys take care. Have a good evening. I'm hoping things don't go crazy overnight, in terms of over there in the Middle East, but they've been killing each other for thousands of years. I don't expect it to ever end, but I don't feel like the United States needs to be involved in it. Let them do their thing. You guys have a great evening. Don Pelayo, checking out.